Welcome everyone back to the Draft League. So last week we faced Freddy, got a 5-0 win? 5 or 6-0? I forget. But yeah, so today or this week we're facing our SSP versus and the Rampaging Rufflets. To go over his team quickly, we have Halucha, Ninetales, the Little Ninetales, Mantine, Darmanican, Slurpuff, Linoon, Haunter, Rhydon, Garbodor, Flapple, Poniard, Manectric. So it's a very strong team, to be honest. Even though RSSP has been doing too hot, I think he's 5-5, which is still a pretty good record. Just it's a bit in the danger zone, just because the playoff race is going to become a real tight one towards the end. But yeah, going over each mon one by one. Halucha, very strong mon. Unburden, Swords Dance. It gets close combat now, so it doesn't have to risk high jump kick. It gets Drain Punch if it wants to go a bit more bulky. Still has Acrobatics, has Brave Bird. Very good mon overall. We have a Little Ninetales. Little Ninetales always Veil. Usually Veil. Like, you can run Nasty Plot. You can run, I guess, Hypnosis or something. But you'd run Hail, and then you'd set up Aurora Veil, and then let other mons set up and sweep. So that's probably the scariest part about this team. Mantine. Mantine is a very good defensive mon. Unfortunately, RSSP doesn't have really good rain setters. Otherwise, Swiftwing Mantine is actually pretty funny to use. Just because it gets Hurricane now, has a Hydro Pump, so very too strong stab attacks, gets Roost. Doesn't have a setup move, but still Swift Swim, very good for speed control. Darmanitan. Darmanitan is the scariest mon on this team for me, just because if even looking at the team I'm bringing right now, I don't have very good answers to Darmanitan, especially Choice Band Darmanitan, because I don't have I guess my OU mons aren't the best for Darmanitan. Like I kind of run like I guess Hydro Pump Hydreigon or Earth Power and kind of hit Darmanitan hard, but with me deciding not to bring that, if it's Choice Banded Darmanitan, I'm kind of losing a mon each time each time that comes in, so I kind of have to be careful of that. Slurpuff, interesting mon, especially because it gets Sticky Web. That's one thing. It gets Belly Drum with Unburden, which can be very scary as well, especially because it also gets Drain Punch. So it could keep on living as it does. Oh, also Darm gets Belly Drum, but I don't think it would run Belly Drum Darm, even under Veil. But yeah, Slurpuff can be a scary mon. Linoon is 100% Belly Drum. Like, there's nothing else you do with Linoon. Extreme Speed's very good. Gluttony is very good for that Belly Drum because it cuts your HP in 50, and then you use berries at 50% compared to like 25. So very good. Belly Drum user there has the coverage moves to deal with other types like steel types. It's not Corviknight, but other steel types like Cobalion. It has Stomping Tantrum, so it can deal with it. Haunter's an interesting mon, just because I actually really like Haunter, just because people don't see it as a threat, but it actually is a threat, just because it has a very good special attack stat, it has a very good speed stat. It's not as good as Gengar's, but it kept levitate, so it can switch in on earthquakes and stuff. And it still has a very wide move pool, even though I don't think it gets Nasty Plot like Gengar does. But it gets Dazzling Gleam, it gets its stab moves, it gets Psychic, it gets Energy Ball. Still a lot of moves to play around with. Rhydon's actually RSSP's first rock setter. I was trying to think of the word. First stealth rock setter of his team. And Rhydon's a very good one. Rhydon's very strong. I'm trying to think. Can run Swords Dance, because it still gets Mega Horn, it gets Fire Punch for something like Corviknight if it runs it. So a very good mon still there. Garbodor is a really nice poison type. Grounded, so it kind of sucks. Like, I probably prefer a Weezing, but Weezing doesn't have spikes. Aftermath is a really unique ability that can really turn the tides of a battle if you let another mon take a lot of damage, because it's 25% health. It gets Drain Punch, it gets Gunk Shot. So, pretty cool mon. Flapple is a Gen 8 mon. I don't know much about. Although I prefer Appleton, but Flapple's much more offensive. Gets Hustle, so Hustle with Choice Band is very scary, even with the 80% accuracy. You got Grab Apple, you got Outrage, Sucker Punch is a big one. Poniard's a really nice mon. I think Poniard's probably one of the better PU mons that were available. Just because with a Violite, it still has a very strong attack and has more defense. You got Sucker Punch, you got Knockoff, you got Iron Head, you got Defiant, so that's pretty scary as well, just because I don't have a Rapid Spinner, I only have Defoggers. So trying to remove hazards is still pretty scary for me. And then Manectric. Manectric is also a mon that I think RSSP has used really well, just because it's a fast electric type. Volt switches around, a switcheroo, which is pretty scary. And, it kind of patches up some of his weaknesses, just because Darm, Slurpuff, Linoon, Rhydon, Garbodor, Flapple, Hawlucha, they're all physical attacking mons. Like, his only real, Ninetales doesn't hit that hard. Slurpuff can run Calm Mind, but it's really not seen. And Haunter's probably, his other, special attacking mon that's mainly there. So, Manectric was actually I think, nicely rounds up his team. And honestly, I think this is probably going to be one of the most interesting matches that I face. Just because I think with the Veil mechanic, it's going to be pretty scary to fight this team. Mons I expecting to bring Hawlucha, Ninetales, Mantine, Darm, Haunter, Poniard. I think that's what I have written down. I actually have no idea. No, but I expect Poniard to be the rocker. I expect Manectric, just because I don't have a really good electric resist, because I don't have a ground type. So I think maybe I might. Well, I'm losing my train of thought. But yeah, I think Manectric's probably going to come. I know Golden brought both his electric types against me, and that was a very good strategy, just because, both his electric types, I couldn't block Volt Switch. And Manectric also, underrated ability, it has Lightning Rod, so it can take those electric types attacks. So it could kind of face electric type Pokemon one-on-one. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so onto our team. I'm trying to see what time it is. I'm thinking 6 minutes? Who cares? So first off with Corviknight. Corviknight is probably going to be one of the most important mons in this game, just because it almost OHKOs Hawlucha with Brave Bird. Actually, I'm going to change this to 4 attack. It's not going to change too much, but I think having this as 4 attack is going to be perfectly fine. Blocks Hawlucha, blocks something like Slurpuff with Iron Head, blocks Linoon with Body Press. Can kind of deal with Rhydon unless it's set up, which then might be a bit scary. So this is probably going to be one of my most important mons. I've mentioned all the moves, and the EV set's pretty standard, just because I need the defense to block on swords +2 close combat. So yeah, Body Press is also there for Poniard as well. Moving on. This mon, I have Wheezing. I've mentioned it, Wheezing was the second mon I thought about putting on the team, that's why it's in the second slot. The thing is, I'm not sure about Wheezing now, just because I feel like there might be better options out there, especially because I don't have much speed on this team. So, looking at it, and this is just Choice Scarfed, and it doesn't outrun Ninetales, I think, or Hawlucha. It doesn't run Hawlucha, I can't help that much, but yeah. This is an interesting mon. There's a lot of things I thought about running for sure. I'm doing Scarf just so I can get a bit of a surprise on something like Mantine and Manectric, I think, are the main ones. Those mons, I'm not too worried about taking a hit from, so I might change this. We'll see. But yeah, we have Levitate for Darm mainly, so I can switch in on an Earthquake, especially if I have Gigalith and it goes for an Darmantine's I can Earthquake freely. It can't really, just because I have Wheezing. Especially because I think it could take at least 1 Flare Blitz, just because of its massive base defense. But yeah, Strange Steam Sludge Wave for Stab, and it hits his OU mons well. It hits Slurpuff. It hits, Flapple really hard as well. Thunderbolt, mainly there for Mantine. I thought about running Thunder, but I think Thunderbolt's just going to be much nicer. And then Fire Blast, just for Poniard. So I thought about running, I think, Destiny Bond, which might be a better choice if I'm running a defensive set, but I decided to go with Fire Blast just to hit Poniard more. And yeah, that's my team. Well, that's not my team, that's Wheezing for you. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I thought about, I'll talk about it later at the end of the video, but I'm wondering if I want to put in a faster mon in its place. So, Gigalith. Gigalith running I'd say an interesting set. I'm not sure if it's that interesting. So, Gigalith's our Stealth Rocker, and it's running Rocky Helmet, mainly for Darmanitan, because I think this is going to be my main Darmanitan switch-in. And also, I think this is going to be my lead for sure, just because in the Weather War, just because we're going to have a bit of Weather War, because our SSP probably wants to set up Veil. So, if, we both bring in our Weather Mons first, because I'm slower, my weather is going to go up second, so sand will be up, not hail. So he has to either set up, Hail manually, or he can't lead with Ninetales. That's the thing. So yeah. Rock Blast hits Mantine and Ninetales mainly. Heavy Slam hits Slurpuff, I think, and Rhydon a bit. And Body Presses for Linoon and Pawniard. Just because I feel like if it's we both get up rocks first, I might try and Body Press first and not try and get up rocks just because Pawniard. Excuse me. Taking damage from Pawniard might be a bit it might make it a bit harder to check Darm, just because I know Darm, if it tries to Flare Blitz against Gigalith, I'll take it well. Oh, sorry for a weird sound, but yeah, Darm, if it goes for Flare Blitz, it hits Gigalith, gets hit by Rocket Helmet, gets hit by Recoil, and then Sand hits it. So I'm going to try to whittle it down that way, and especially with rocks. And something to note about, interesting about the Eevee set is that, so Darm runs Sheer Force, but it usually runs a choice item. But it runs Life Orb, just because Life Orb, the 10% health you take from Life Orb is cancelled out by Sheer Force, is that I live a Flare Blitz and then an Earthquake. Like, if he goes for Flare Blitz and then goes for Earthquake, I live both those hits combined if I'm at full health. So that's actually a pretty, and I find that interesting. That's not exactly what I planned for. I think this survives just two Choice Band Flare Blitzes from Darm. So I think that's the max thing, and then like putting into the special defense is nice just for Ninetales. That's the main thing. Next up, Vaporeon. I said that Darm is the biggest, scariest start to me. So I'm running Vaporeon just because I think this is going to be my main Darm check. Flare Blitz, I resist Flare Blitz. Earthquake's probably the best thing it can do to me. If I run something like Superpower, that could be a bit scary just because I know my team's weak to fighting types. Or fighting type moves, so... But I think no matter what, I can kind of wish up and kind of attack it with Scald or protect up, heal HP. The moveset we have is Scald, Haze, Wish, Protect. Scald is self-explanatory, Wish, Protect is self-explanatory. Haze is there just because I need to be careful of Linoon and Slurpuff and maybe other mons like Hawlucha setting up. So if I can block stuff like Sword Stance, I'll be fine. The thing is, with this set, and Vaporeon in general, I lose to Mantine one-on-one. Just because Mantine is faster, like, it's base 70 speed, so even if I don't want to try and put EVs into outspeeding it, just like I did like with Jacob's Milotic that 1 week. So that's something I'm probably not gonna, I'm not gonna do. But if we both toxic each other, I think his roosts are more... Well, what's the word? He'll live longer with his longevity, I think. Just in general, it's like if we try to toxic each other. Like, I thought about not running Scald, like running for non-attacking moves, but I feel like Scald is good for Rhydon, it's good for Darm. And also good for Pawniard in a sense, just because, like, just in case. But yeah, so this is going to be a pretty tough matchup with Mantine, but I think I have a better switch into Mantine, which will make this set okay. Like, I'm losing some stuff by not running Toxic, but because of other mons, it's okay. Snorlax. This is an interesting set. So, let's talk about it. Ice Punch, Block, Curse, Rest. With max special defense and max HP. My one thing is, I want to set up against Ninetales. That's my thing. So, I saw this and I'm like, I would love to run Block 1 week. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I think Block is a really cool, like, I guess one-time gimmick kind of set. I think running Block would be kind of cool. Like, I ran Whirlpool once against Golden, but that's not exactly the same as Block, so I think I'm running Block this week. If I set up against Ninetales, I won't have to worry about Darm running Flare Blitz into me or running, like, Superpower. I don't have to worry about Hawlucha's Superpower. I don't have to worry about Slurpuff's Drain Punch. Like, the only thing I have to worry about once I set up is crits. And slightly Manectric Switcheroo. Just because I know Ninetales doesn't have setup. And I think this Mon might be my win con if we start from the get-go. Just because it's tough because the attack move is Ice Punch just because I can't run... I wanted to run Facade, right? Because I wanted to also set up against Mantine. But just because Mantine could burn me or can Toxic me. Especially because I'm running Thick Fat. But Mantine is faster and can run haze, and it can also, I think it could stall me out. So Mantine is like, because I'm revolving my match around this mon, Mantine is one of the threats I need to get rid of first. And yeah, I think that's the main thing. Like, switcheroo for Manetric's not the worst thing in the world, but I just have to lock into Ice Punch if it gives me like a choice specs. But I need to get the +6, just because +6 Ice Punch hits Darm, 2 KOs Darm. Like, here's the thing. I can run a normal type move, but then I get walled by Haunter, especially with block. I can run... I could also set up a Haunter. That's something I forgot. I can run something like... I don't know what... Like Heavy Slam. But then I don't hit a Darm... I think I hit Darm okay, but I don't hit Mantine as well as either. So there's that. And I think I saw this mod. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and build around this mod. Like, this is going to be the mod I want to build around. Like, one thing is, I thought about running T-Spikes on Weezing just because I feel like, if I get, like, a Poison on like, Darm, on Slurpuff, on Linoon, I can slowly whittle them down little by little. But the thing is, if I put up a Toxic Spike and Ninetales gets poisoned, I can't set up on it forever. That's the thing. So I'm taking a big gamble here just because I still need to clinch my spot in playoffs. Like, I feel confident that I'll win at least one of the last 3 weeks, but like, who knows? Like, I might go 6 and 7 and miss out on the playoffs. So I need to be careful here just to make sure that I do make the playoffs. But I'm not gonna try and go all try hard, even though showing calcs and doing this kind of stuff might seem a bit like going all out in the regular season. But it's fun for me, at least. So yeah, Ice Punch, Block, Rest, Cursed, Snorlax. We don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see. I don't want to make the shiny. Not Gigantamax, but yeah, shiny doesn't change that much. And finally, we're running Duosion. So here's an interesting pick, especially because we're running Trick Room. Just because I noticed, especially because I'm not running Hydreigon, I'm not running Cobalion, I'm not running a Raichu. I have a slow team here today. And Trick Room might be pretty interesting just because, especially if Hawlucha tries to Swords Dance up on me, Duosion with its massive special attack, 125, same as Reuniclus, can OHKO Hawlucha. And this is going to be my main switch-in probably to Mantine, just because Scald doesn't do that much, I'm not affected by Toxic, and I can hit it with a Thunder, which is pretty funny, which is a really nice tech. Just because you usually run probably something like Calm Mind, you might run Energy Ball. I thought about Energy Ball for Horidon, you could run... I'm trying to think of something here. I think Thunder also hits Poniard the best, just because I don't have Focus Blast like Reuniclus does. So Thunder is probably my best bet against that as well, even though I don't think I would want to keep this in against Poniard. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna burp. That's why. There's like a brief pause. But yeah, Hawlucha. This is gonna be like my very soft strike to Hawlucha, just because I won't be affected by Rock, so I don't have to worry about that calc. But +2 Acrobatics, I probably don't lose to, but +2 Sky Attack, I'm unsure of the calc. I'll have to check that. But especially with max defense, I think I'll live. I'm not sure, but I'll have to make sure. And that's the team. So Mons I'm not bringing. Hydreigon's the one Mon that I was kind of... Hydreigon and Cobalion, which I'll touch upon later, is just like the two Mons I thought about bringing. Just because they're like my OUU Mons, and why wouldn't you bring them? Oh, what happened? I like clicked on something. You guys won't see it, but yeah. Hydreigon loses to Hawlucha just because I can't really outspeed it unless I get like 3 Dragon Dances up. It loses to Ninetales unless I'm Scarfed, and even then Flash Cannon doesn't OHKO. I'd have to run Iron Tail. Doesn't do well against Mantine unless I run physical sets. So that's also a thing. And then Darm. I can run Scarf to kind of deal with Darm, but even then it's just really hard to deal with, I think, in general. So I decided not to run Hydreigon this week, even though that might cost me. If it does cost me, it's okay. Like, I won't touch upon it too much, but I know I'm probably not facing RSSP in playoffs just because of seeding. Like, I'll probably face a top 4 seed, and the top 4 seems pretty set at this point, so I just have to be prepared for one of those seeds. So yeah, just gonna throw something out there. We'll try one trick, and then we'll work with it. Cobalion. Cobalion is really nice speed tier just because it outspeeds Manectric, which is something I'm really worried about, but it doesn't have anything that really hits Manectric hard. I think I can hit it with close combat, and that's it. I think I have to run, like, Banded, like, or maybe Life Orb. Like, Adamant, just Adamant won't do it. And if I'm Adamant, I don't outspeed. And then I'm one speed lower than Ninetales, so that kind of sucks, even though I wish I can Iron Head it. Thought about running Adamant Scarf Cobalion instead of Wheezing. But Cobalion doesn't have much that can hit Hawlucha unless I, like, T-Wave it. Which I thought was a pretty interesting thing I could do. Like, if he tries to go for a Roarville with Ninetales, I can kind of sub up, maybe, and, like, run max defense, special defense, and Iron Head. I don't know. Just because it's not like Golden's Week where he has an Infiltrator Mon. I can kind of use sub freely, but I decided not to bring anything with Substitute. Especially with Manectric, I got flashbacks to the week against Exus, sorry Exus, that I ran like sub-toxic Vaporeon, and I was like, maybe I should run something like that. Just because, like, if it's choiced Manectric and I can get a sub up on something like Pawniard, I think it'd be pretty cool. Especially, well, not just because I think Exus was a pretty specific circumstance, just because he ran, like Rest, Mudsdale, so I had a chance to sub up, but like against some of these mods, I don't really have a chance to sub up unless it's like Mantine. But Mantine's faster than me, so I can't do anything about that. See, I'm gonna have a lot of trouble this match. Yeah, no Cobalion. Raichu kind of gets walled by Manectric. I think otherwise I would run it just because it gets Surf, which might be nice for Darm. It gets Grass Knot for Rhydon, but aforementioned Surf still does well. Psychic type for Garbodor. Electric, free Volt Switches just because against Rhydon I can Grass Knot it. But yeah, that Manectric, man, it's gonna really hurt me there. Especially because, like, I can Psyshock it, but, like, that's really it. And it's slower than Hawlucha. Hawlucha's actually really fast. It's like 118 speed, and Raichu's only 110. So yeah. Gorgeist might seem like an interesting omission, but yeah, like Ninetales beats it, Darmanitan beats it, Hawlucha beats it. This is another one of those, like, non-grass friendly matchups. Like, I have none of my grass types, just because, like, this team is well built to beat the grass type in this sense. Like, Gorgeist can't really do anything to the Mantine either. So, like, that's a thing. Garbodor kind of beats me as well. Haunter would beat me. Because I can Shadow Sneak it, but it wouldn't kill, and you can kind of go for Shadow Ball. Linoon gets Shadow Claw, Throat Chop now. So yeah, like, Pawniard can Sucker Punch me, so I can't really win with Gourgeist. And same as a Bombsnow. Bombsnow especially just because Darm and Ninetales, so he wants Hail. I can run Soundproof, but then nothing really runs a Sound move, so what am I gonna do? I can run like Scarf, Bombsnow, but Weezing just does that much better in this matchup, especially. And then Ludicolo, I could run Rain, but running Rain is really hard, especially with Mantine. I can't do much to Mantine. I get like Thunder Punch. I run physical Ludicolo with all the elemental punches, and that's it. But yeah, so that's it. Right now I'm recording this on a Wednesday, so Wednesday afternoon. Maybe this is the same time I did. Yeah, this is it. This is the same time I did my recording for Friday's match, but that's just because I had something earlier to do. But this week I just finished early, so yeah, I'll probably message RSSP. I can't really do that just because my voice is almost going out. Talking for like 25 minutes is hard. But yeah, that's it. I will see you at the live match. Okay, we're live. So right now it's Sunday evening. Let me just get things sorted. I just want to first say thanks to RSSP, just because I feel like we're playing a bit earlier than he's used to, which means it's much later than I'm used to. So I don't even remember what I thought he was gonna bring. I think these are the mons. So Haunter's good, Ninetales good. I kind of want to lead Lax, but I am worried if he leads Darm. We'll lead Lax. We'll see what happens. I'm not. Sorry, I'm just kind of out of it. For some people, like 6 hours of sleep doesn't seem too bad, but I had 6 hours of sleep last night and I feel dead tired. Like I think I almost took a nap, and I'm not one to take naps, so. And my stomach's hurting a bit, but we'll pull through. Like, we'll see how the game goes, just because I know this is going to be tough. Darm and Hawlucha are going to really hurt my team. He goes Lucha first, so that's not great. We'll go Corv. Just because this is basically my main answer to Lucha. Especially if he subs up, it's not going to be looking great. Darm comes out. Wow, that's a crazy double. Goes for U-turn. Do I want to go into Gigalith right now? Trying to think. I'm not gonna stay in. That's the thing. Vaporeon loses to Manectric. Otherwise, I think Gigalith's a better overall play. So what's it Earthquake? Trick. That's fine with me. Just cause I won't outspeed anything, but this is still like in danger. Just cause I have a free Rock Blast here. Yeah, he can U-turn. That's fine, but like, what's he gonna go into? Also, just because it's evening, I don't want to turn. I just didn't feel like turning on my normal lights, so I have a lamp on in the background. That's why this side of the screen just looks so dark. Oh no! Don't kill this. I just kind of want this in. So we're gonna go this. I just want to see how I can like manipulate this lamp. He goes Lucha again. That's so interesting. He keeps going Lucha into this. That means I just go Corp. What does he expect me to go into here? He goes for close combat. I kind of want to body press, just because I don't think he'll go out to anything else except like main. Like especially seeing that damage, 31%. Plus 2 won't kill me. So we'll go for body press. Yeah, he goes main. 41. Now see, the thing here is though, I can't go into Snorlax. Just because I know that if he switcheroos here is big trouble for me. So he goes for Volt Switch, that's fine. Goes Lucha. What do I want to do? I think I might Heavy Slam here. Let me just see the calc. Gigalith, and then Hawlucha. Heavy Slam, doesn't 2 a KO. Thing is, if he's like... Here's the thing. I'm gonna Rocks here, I think. Just because my thought process is, if he's Citrus Berry, it's looking really bad. But if he's like Sky Attack, Unburdened, Power Herb, I'm okay with that. So I'm either gonna Rocks or I'm gonna throw up. I think I'm just gonna go for Rocks. Any close combats. That's fine with me. Just because I think I'm gonna go Corv. I just don't see how much Corv, Defog. Right. I have my own set. I'm okay letting, like, it sucks that I have to let Gigalith go like that. Like, that might not be the best play, but we'll see. Corviknight, yeah, Acro. 31% was on the higher end as well, so. Main, 72.5. Body press, that's 44. How much? Lucha doesn't kill me. So honestly, like, my play might just be to go body press again. Just because nothing really hurts me, not even plus 2. He goes Conjure, that's fine. He might think I'm like body press, that's it. I'm gonna go Lax here. Because I went Lax on this last time. I want to see if he goes Lucha again. If he goes Lucha again, I go into Corp. It's like no big deal. He goes Lucha, he takes sand damage. That's all it is. Slurpuff is probably on Burden just because he hasn't brought it out yet. So it's probably a Belly Drum. He goes T-Bolt. He's Life Orb, which kind of sucks for me. I'm actually going to Curse, I think. Yeah. Just because if he goes for T-Bolt again or like a Sludge Bomb, he dies. So I can't do anything. Yeah, he goes Lucha. Now I want to see how much a close combat does here. Max close combat at +1.
61 to 72. Ice Punch should definitely kill. Thing is, do I still need this? He has the close combat here, that's the thing. You know what? I think I'm gonna make the aggressive switch into wheezing. Yeah. I like this play. Oh, what happened? Okay, I thought I lagged out. He goes close combat. I don't take that much because I quad resist. So now he might think he's faster, which he is, but I'm faster than, I forget, Darm. That was the main speed here. Look, 318. Can I get on this right? 318. See, look, he's over here. Like, you can't see me pointing my finger, but he's over here. The main sprite's here. Does Thunderbolt kill? Because I might go for Thunderbolt, just because that hits Darm better. Because if he switches into the main here, he's crazy. Thunderbolt does kill. Neck Trick. Or, sorry, Darm. Because Darm's the big one. Thunderbolt doesn't 2-hit KO from this range, but neither does something like Sludge Wave. Or neither does Strange Theme. Does Sludge Wave kill? No, it doesn't, so I'm going to go for T-Bolt. He goes to Darm, so that's the thing. Thunderbolt. Free Vaporeon a bit. See, this is why Rocks would be so nice. This is where I kind of messed up, but like, I go Vap here, he U-turns out. He Flare Blitzes, which is perfectly fine with me, just because he has no Scald Twister either. I kind of want to Wish, but Scald kills this, Scald kills this. Scald just doesn't kill Ninetales. I kind of want to... I think I'm going to go... I want to see him switch into Ninetales. No, he's going to go Lucha then, yeah. I should have expected that. That's stupid of me. I'm trying to think. We'll go Lucha. Sorry, Corv. He goes close combat again. I'm gonna... See, the thing is, I don't want to Roost knowing that he can... Because if he Swords Dances, it sucks. But if he goes Haunter... No, I'm just gonna Iron Head. He taunts, which is pretty interesting. Just because, yeah, I get a big hit off. So he might not think now that I have something to hit. So he's either sacking this, or he's sacking... I kind of want to switch into Wheezing. Because what you do? You close combat, right? Or you switch into Haunter. But then if he goes main, it kind of sucks. Health on this is not important now. Yeah, see, he goes main. How much does Specs main do to me? Because that's the main thing. Huh, funny. Specs main kills. It might be nice to see if this is Specs or not. Volt Switch doesn't kill me, though. Volt Switch, because it's 85.7 max. I might Sludge Wave. I think that's my play. I'm gonna Sludge Wave. He does switch, so this dies. But this means I'm not faster than Darm anymore. So it's 5-5, but I still feel like I'm pretty behind, even though he has these three down. I need to block the Ninetales. That's the thing. Jeez. This is gonna be rough. Just cause I have to... Cause his win con now is Slurpuff. I can kind of win with Corv, but I need to get a Roost, sorry. Duosion has no place in this game now. Just because I thought it'd be a nice secondary check to these two mons, but these two mons are kind of gone. Yeah, see, Ninetales comes in. I might go Duosion right away. I don't think this is nasty plot. Because he wants me to kill this, that's the thing. Okay, here's my play. Yeah, he veils, I Trick Room. Because I'm faster than everything. His thing is, he wants to get in Slurp Off. He gets in Haunter, so this is perfect for me because I'm Trick Roomed up. I have to kill it here. Unfortunately, I want to, like, recover up, stall out the Auroraville, but I can't do that. Yeah, he goes Slurp Off. Actually, here's my play. Hey, he's Calm Mind. This is perfect. So I can Wish up here. He subs. Haze goes through sub. So yeah, he's kind of this is perfect. Just because now, yeah, now he's kind of like out of it. Just because Calm Haze has more. I'm fine PP stalling this. Just because what's the worst Slurp Puff can? I'm gonna open Team Builder up here just because I can. What's the worst Slurp Puff can do? Like I don't care if you see these moments. Giga Drain. That's what I'm Energy Ball. Okay, that's the worst it can do. Gonna Haze here. Goes Ninetales. I go Har. See, now this is interesting. If this was Belly Drum, I lost. Or if I was Belly Drum, it was still okay. But now I can set up on this as well. I can set up on this. That's just something I realized. He goes Freeze Dry. I think I curse. I should have gone actually Corv. I'm going Corv, even if he goes Darm. Yeah, that's perfect. Because I get a Roost up here. If he's Toxic, he's not. If he's Toxic Hypnosis, this is insane. But I think I think now I can win pretty easily. Just because he's going to stay in here, right? Like, what is he going to do? Iron Head, Iron Head, Iron Head just kind of kills everything, right? I can freely Brave Bird, honestly. That's what I'm going to do. You see, he goes Darn. Like, yeah, he's hit by, I'm hit by Rocky Helmet, which is a pretty funny thing. I think Weezing's my least valuable member. Just trying to think of what he can do. Yeah, Weezing's the least valuable. 100%. He goes for a U-turn as well, so he's just wasting his turn. He goes Alola Ninetales. I'm just going to Sludge Wave, I think. Because this can beat Slurpuff. This can beat Slurpuff. Vaporeon can beat a one-on-one. I'll just sleep. Yeah. I don't care. I actually... The funny thing is, I prefer that. That's the funny thing. I go into this. I'm going to block. I'm not going to say anything. I wanted to say something, but... What can it have? Moonblast? What can really kill me at this range? Because now it's over. It's over unless I get critted. Not Slurpuff, Ninetales. Now it's over. Now that I saw that he wanted to go for Freeze Dry, it's over. This might be Hail. Might be Hail last. Let's say it's like Blizzard. I think that's the strongest thing it can do to me. Not even. It has to be Moonblast because I'm thick fat. Do I look okay? I have no idea. But Moonblast, 13%. See, I'm fine. I curse. Yeah, it's Moonblast. And I rest up. That's it. Sorry. If I hit my desk, everything shakes. So literally we just wait here now. I think I have to get the +6. That's the funny thing. Or Manitan. +6 Ice Punch. It's funny that I'm Ice Punch. Oh no, he's at 16%, so I don't have to go that far. Actually, how much do I do with a Slurpuff? Let's say max HP. 72. I just realized I'm facing a Ninetales and I have Ice Punch. How stupid am I? I have to calc for that. I can't calc for... Yeah, I have to 2-hit KO this. I don't even 2-hit KO this. Like, that's insane. I curse here. He Moonblast. I curse... I'm restoring more from lefties than I'm taking from Freeze Dry. F. I forgot that can happen, but that's okay. Thing is, 24 Freeze Dries. What can I do here? Oh, this is like the only way I could have lost. See, I'm like spamming rest because that's all I can do. Trying to think of my options here. I can switch into Corv. If he can't touch Corv, he has to sack him on. He brings Ninetales back in. I think I just rest up until... That's not... That might be it. That sucks! If you were curious, my attack was Ice Punch. No. So yeah, Ironhead kills anything. Okay, here's the play. If he goes Darm, I think I go... Okay. Here's the thing. He might switch back out into Ninetales. So I want to see if I live this. I probably don't. $62.5%. How does Duosion fare? See, now this is tougher. Duosion. I'm max defense. Oh, see, this thing hold turn just turned. Okay, I think Duosion's my play. He goes for Flare Blitz. He goes Slurpuff. I think I 100% Psychic. Or, This is probably Draining Kiss, that's my problem. Okay, I go Vap here. Yeah, and then I got Haze up. Haze goes through. I didn't even realize Citrus Berry was eaten. When did that happen? Oh, just now. Oh, I just lost it after that freeze, man. Like, that was, like, the only way I lost. Like, but, like, that happens, you know? I can Scald here. I break the sub after Scald? How interesting. Because then now, I Scald. I didn't think I'd break this sub after Scald? Let me calc that. That must not be max HP? He is Draining Kiss. That's the problem. We're gonna Haze. We're gonna Scald. He recovers too much. That's my problem. He's probably T-Bolt. No, if he was T-Bolt, he would have gone for it. It does way more than Draining Kiss would. Yeah, I should have hazed there, but that's fine. Haze. Can I win? Can I, like... Because I feel like I had to go into Corviknight. I have to go into Corviknight somehow, but can I just win this just like this? Especially if I get a burn off. I think that'd be huge. The thing is, yeah, he's doing more than I can do to it. Especially with a sub up. Sub has less BP than Scald, right? Yeah, okay. But I can't really I can't necessarily switch into anything right now. Yeah, he's just going for Draining Kiss. Wow, 41. Yeah, he goes into Ninetales. That's the thing. He goes into Ninetales like 100%. Burn? Now the burn. I sack this. It's 100% sacking this. If not, man, if Vape... I say Vape, that's weird. If Vaporeon... Yeah, okay, so that's not HP invested. He missed Toxic. Sorry about that. I think I Trick Room. Yeah. See, that's fine, because now Corv kind of sweeps. Is this GG? Oh. Underbolting Vaporeon. GG will play. Wow! Sorry, I got like really zoned out there. That's the game! Yeah, I don't have much words for that. I honestly think Belly Drum would have been so nice in this game. I think that's my main thing. I think I calculated well. Trick Darm was something I was worried about, but I didn't plan for. I didn't really pay the cost. Well, I did pay the cost just because Gigalith got choiced. And then he tricked me. He switched Roo to another choice scarf. I thought this would be Specs. Let's see. Did he post it? I'm just trying to see. He said Raichu. I feel like I'm like moving my desk because I see my mic move. I see this move little by little as I type. And he left. It's been fun. Is he gonna post it or am I gonna post it? I guess I'm posting it. We'll go over the replay very quickly. How long is this video? Not even 30 minutes. Felt longer. I think it's just like those Moonblast turns felt forever. That was the main thing. Let me just type up. What's even the score? What's the score? 2-0? Yeah. Okay, I just want to say now, I think that secures us a playoffs. So yeah, looking over the replay, not much. I liked leading Snorlax. He just led really well in Hawlucha, just because I actually think Hawlucha, he played the lead really well. Just because, think about it. My rockers, either Gigalith or Cobalion, he sees Gigalith. What else am I going to do? Maybe Wheezing Toxic Spikes? Like, that's it. So, and then even then, like, Hawlucha can still kind of set up, but I wasn't really Toxic Spikes. So yeah, Snorlax was mainly the counter to the Aurorville, and then he played Hawlucha playing Gigalith, and it worked out for him. So that was nice. Goes into Darm here. This was a wild switch for me. Then I had to go into Gigalith or Vaporeon, and he tricks. Honestly, if I thought about Trick, this was still the play. I didn't want Vaporeon to get tricked at all. Because if I had to go down to Haze, I had Scarf Haze, I was screwed. So yeah. Choice Scarf, U-turns. I want it because I had a free Rock Blast. It's wild that this almost died in one. Just trying to see replays. Just because I'm still. Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm just typing away in Discord. But yeah, so this almost killed. Like, if I got 3 hits and I killed this right away, that would have been wild. Yeah, he goes back into Lucha here. That's probably smart. Probably stupid of me just because I thought he'd stay in. Gleam, yeah. He's saying he has Gleam on Haunter. Ninetales. Lucha. He's talking about how I didn't bring Hydreigon. Yeah, see, I think my thing, because, sorry, I'm just typing away. I'm recording. I'm still recording. I had to type it in just like. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, Lucha is doing very little just because I'm max defense. He said he was Lumberry Lucha, so that's kind of something interesting to note. I think Will-O-Wisp is probably something I'd probably bring, like Will-O-Wisp Wheezing, and then Will-O-Wisp, or Scald Vape. I keep saying Vape, but Vap. Yeah, so Main comes in here, smart. That's why I went for Body Press, though, because he probably thought I was going for Iron Head or Brave Bird. So Body Press was a bit more safer, because he wouldn't have switched into Haunter right away, either. So Main was his safe play. Body Press was my play to that. It was my reaction to that. Volt Switch, completely understandable here, just because there's no way I was going to switch out. This is where I wanted Rocks, just because Volt switching out, U-turn, Volt Switch with Main and Darm was going to really hurt me. We went for close combat, that's fine. Going to Corv here. Go for Body Press again, but then he goes into Haunter. Very good play. Now I'm in a bit of a trouble position, so I went into Snorlax. Goes into Lucha again. I curse up, just kind of trying to see what he does. Like, if he stays in, hits me with a Sludge Wave with a Shadow Ball, something like that. Trying to see what his reaction is to Snorlax in against Haunter. But it also kind of didn't matter, just because I said it before, but he was going to die to Life Orb. So if this wasn't Life Orb and was just like Eviolite, I would have loved to see what he would have done differently. Yeah, Curse. Wheezing comes in because I know he's going to close combat. That's all he's done. I Thunderbolt here because I know it's safer because he's not going in the main. Just like, it's the same thing with the play with Corviknight in against Hawlucha. I know that it's kind of over predicting. Wherein, okay, he's expecting the Strange Steam. So he's going to switch into something that resists it, either Darm or Haunter, but Haunter would die. So Thunderbolt kills this, number one, and it also hits Darmanitan. He's never going main here. That was my thought process. And he goes Darm, hit it with a Thunderbolt. That happens. Vaporeon comes in, Flare Blitz. Does very little. That's fine. I'm going to see. Just because I feel like these turns aren't that necessary. Banded Darm. What's the most terrifying thing in the world to me? So here, sorry, because I was just saying that Choice Banded Darm was the most terrifying thing in the world. So yeah, here, Lucha goes for Taunt, which I find pretty interesting. I guess that's to cover Haze, which is pretty cool. I think he actually prepped this really well. I have to applaud him for it. Just like, that 2-0 might not seem as close as 1-0, but I was very close to losing that.
I think some switch up in sets, and I lost. So yeah, we go here. He switches. He tricks here, which I find interesting. Just because I guess like he's like, oh, nothing really wants a choice scarf, but he didn't realize that I had choice scarf wheezing. So I went for Sludge Wave here and knocked it out, which is completely fine. But now he knows I'm choice scarf, so he's gonna go into this. I went to Duosion just because trying to feel it out. What's it gonna go for? And my thought was I can Trick Room up here and kind of stall things out. So I Trick Room up. This I have to kill though, just because I don't have Protect. I can't recover after, or I can't just I don't have anything else. I have Psychic Thunder, Trick Room, Recover. So I had to attack it here just because I couldn't switch into anything else. Because he's gonna go for an attack, probably Shadow Ball, and then die to Life Orb. So I had to attack here. He goes in Slurpuff. I go into Vaporeon just because I know I can haze up a Belly Drum or a Sub if need be because I have enough Trickery turns. I wish here just because I can haze still in the last turn of Trick Room, but he reveals Calm Mind, and that really helps me. Just probably because he was thinking that I'd prepare a lot for physical threats because that's what my team pretty much sucks with. Like my best physical wall is Corviknight, and it loses the fighting types, loses the Darm. It doesn't really work out. But yeah, he goes for a Calm Mind, and that makes me realize that Snorlax might wall this thing. Probably not +6, but also Vaporeon walls it just because I don't necessarily die right away to +6, a +6 attack. Because the most he's going to get is +2. So that's just something. Switches out here, which is pretty interesting. I think I go for Scald. And I go for Haze again just because I thought he was going to Calm Mind because I was slower that turn. So I know he's probably going to go for something. Goes for Freeze Dry here. That's fine. I switch out here just because I was wondering what he's going to go to. Wait, let me just think. So yeah, I have Snorlax in here, Freeze Dry. I think my thing was, I think he was gonna go back into Slurpuff, or I just didn't want to start. I didn't think it was the right time to block. Probably even now I can't think about what I did like 20 minutes ago. So I went into Corv just because it was an overall safe play. This can't really touch Corv unless it's Hypnosis, but he reveals Toxic, which means that he doesn't have anything that hits Corv unless it's Hypnosis Toxic. That's what I said in the live part. Well, this is still live, but like while I was playing. So yeah. And then he goes into Darm here. I know that he's not staying in because I can go for Iron Head. That's probably the thing he was thinking. Once he saw Brawny press Iron Head, he probably didn't think. He probably thought it was Defog. That's probably one thing that he probably thought I was going to be, just because Defog makes so much sense against Veil. But I wasn't. I was 3 attacks Roost. I had no Defog on this team, and it's funny because he has no rocks. I just realized that. So I go for Brave Fate here. This dies very soon, just because 10%. Well, not now, just because Hail ran out. I forgot. But he goes for U-turn here, yeah. Because I was thinking, if he goes Flare Blitz, I can let this go. That's fine. That was the thought process there. So yeah, he goes into Ninetales. This is where he gets the first freeze, which didn't matter because I told him as well. Like right now, just that like I was throwing away Wheezing here. Like I was gonna go for a choice scarf, the Sludge Wave, and that's it. Just because I know it's gonna die mainly. Going to Snorlax here, and I think now's the perfect time. Just because I saw him. This is another reaction. Let me go back a few turns. So we saw here, Snorlax in against Ninetales. I wanted to see what he would like. You kind of want to see what he wants to do. He goes for Toxic here, so that makes me I remember that. Like I'm like, okay, so he's gonna go for Toxic. He's trying to Toxic my Snorlax, probably to wear it down. So turns later, when he kills this off, and I go into Snorlax, which is a bit weird, I block because this is the one I have to set up against. So I go for Toxic here, where he goes for Toxic, I go for block, and I can start setting up. And then this is gonna be a lot of stuff, and he gets the freeze. So that happens, and yep, lots of shenanigans. When did that freeze happen? Let me see. Freeze, turn 44. It's probably like 10 turns, well, it's 7 turns later, because, yeah, it's not that much. But I still believed I was in a good position, just because I know this is Calm Mind now, so I can beat it without Snorlax. Where I didn't have to block a Drain Punch or anything, so I knew that much. So I went to Hawlucha. I knew Hawlucha was the sack probably, just because Darm wouldn't be a sack. And Darm's probably going for Flare Blitz, something right here. I said Flare Blitz or U-turn. If you're going for U-turn, it's a bit more of a sticky situation. But I think he knew that Corv had to go down for him to win. Just because if Corv went down, Ninetales kind of sweeps me. So enough that, Flare Blitz kills him off, which, hype to Micaiah. Yeah, going to Vape here just because he's going to Calm Mind. He's going to try to set up on me. If I was Calm Mind Psychic, that would have been pretty cool. But yeah, I just go for Hazes a lot. He goes for Draining Kisses. We kind of just stall it out here. And then I go, once he's low enough and I realize how much Scald does, which is an insane amount. Look at this. Scald just does 41. It does max is 46 to non-HP invested. So I think he should have been HP invested. Unburden didn't matter that much, I think, if you're going for Calm Mind, just because it's a bit more of a bulkier set. So that's probably why also it broke sub through Aurora Veil, I think. But yeah. I sack Duocean here because Slurpuff is still... Vaporeon is still good at Slurpuff. So I kept this in here. Only way I lost here is I got frozen. If I got frozen 3 times in one match, it just wasn't meant to be. But yeah, Iron Head, Flamethrower. So he told me Flamethrower was because for this and Cobalion. I thought it was Thunderbolt during the match just because it hit Vaporeon harder, but Draining Kiss also makes sense. Maybe Energy Ball, but Energy Ball doesn't hit anything else. And then that's the game. Iron Head. Stuffs it out. I think no matter what, if I died there to a crit, I still won just because Scald out damages Draining Kiss. So that's the game. We're at 7-4, I think now. So that's our ticket to the playoffs, which is great. I still think I'm gonna be a bottom half seed because it's top A seed. So I think I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be the 5th seed. I think that's just locked up for me, which means I probably have to fight Golden or Vooper. It's gonna be scary. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys. So 40 minutes. That's not terrible, but I rambled. So yeah, that's it. See you next week.